I don't see, again, no live stream, but we should still be live. It should still work. Uploads all videos. Here we go. Good. And Ritwig, hey! Already there. Even before I was ready. Let's put it over here. So, I'll check. Projects, website. Actually, we don't need that. AJ, hey Mark, hey, welcome to the stream, guys. So let me just do a short story with the link of the live stream with Kato, letting everyone know on Instagram that we are live. Oh, 1 sec. Okay, so is Kato announcing? How are you gonna do that?
How are you gonna shoot it?
I'm gonna shoot it like this, right? Okay.
Hey everyone.
And go.
Hey everyone. Be sure to check out the live stream going on right now. Oopsie boopsie boopsie boops. Don't judge me, okay?
Kato. Alright, you can chill on the bed.
Be sure to check out the live stream going on right now. Oopsie boopsie boopsie. Be sure to check out the live stream going on right now.
Okay, so we are live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. Let me check the comments. Okay. So what are you guys up to on Tuesday for me? Swipe up, arrow up. There we go. YouTube. And putting the link. Where's the link? Here. And post it. Ridwick, there's noise in the background of the mic, I guess. Is there? Do you hear noises? Because if I... Oh yeah. I see what you mean. You know what it is? This is my MacBook flying. I would do that. I think I can only if I reduce the mic. I think it won't help because, I mean, you will hear me not as good or not as loud. What's the goal for today? Whoops. So the goal for today is on our server to set up NGINX and have it upstream to our other container, which is having our website running, and basically make it possible so we can publicly access our website using the IP to our server. Once that works, we can configure our DNS record, and I think that we should be done by that in terms of deploying. It's better now. That's good. All right, let's get to it. So I have found this how to run NGINX in a Docker container by DigitalOcean. So what we can do is, these are some Docker container basics: run, list, remove. So if we run the command, you should get an output. So this is how we list all. We can see some basic information about the container. You'll notice that it's nonsensical name like whatever. These names are generated automatically. We can also see that hello world example container was run 3 minutes ago and exited 3 minutes ago. If we run this container again with the commands replacing the style couple with your own container name, and then run this command to list the container, we should see that the container has run recently. By default, Docker containers run their assigned commands and then exit. Some containers will be set up to run a list of tasks and finish, while others will run indefinitely. This is what we want. Now that we've gone through some Docker basics, let's remove the hello world image. Yes, you can also use, interesting. RMI. Learning how to expose the port. In this section, we'll download the NGINX Docker image and show you how to run the container so it's publicly accessible as a web server. By default, containers are not accessible from the web internet, so we need to map their containers internal port to the dropless port. That's what this section will teach you. Great. First, though, we'll get the NGINX image. Run the following command to get the NGINX Docker image. So let's also, on the right side, have our, we want server, our own documentation up, and document our setup. Hey Angel! So notification squad is on board. We can first SSH onto our server. How? How am I already using 8 gigabytes? Memory usage 23. How? That's not fair. Just because I'm running Linux? Alright. Configure NGINX. So the first thing we want to do, first step, get the NGINX image. I wonder if we have to use sudo. We can just try that. That works. Let's just try going with this. Can't find a suitable configuration. Oops, .ps. That list all running, and we want all of them, also the non-running, exited 22 hours ago. Okay, that's fine because we have specified for that, I think, that if we go in here and look at our Docker Compose YAML file, that we also export 8080, which we don't want. We want to say that, for example, 80 inside the container is exposed to, say, 8001 for the host, because Vapor project is configured to bind the port 80. Wait a second. No, 8080, I think. Yeah, I think it's 8080 even. There we go. This is what we used. So then we want the inner port that is 8080 to be exposed. Come on, it's super slow today. Just so we have that already set up. So now we can say docker run. Why you use iterm2 instead of terminal? Because with iterm I can do this. I can configure it so it's getting into my view and out. I feel like it has more it's more customizable. If you look at the settings, profile, what you can do. Okay, so we want to run, name it Docker NGINX, so we can just say, but this will also exit it afterwards. Specify support, local machine port, internal container port, this is fine. In this case we are mapping port 80. Yes, this is what we want to do. So if we run that, and we use that IP, we see welcome to NGINX. You can literally right now enter this IP into your browser, guys, and you will see the same result. This is my server right now that responds to you. Try it yourself. So, exactly. So I'm right now. Oh, look at this. You can see the logs who is accessing. There we go. Someone of you has clicked it using Firefox. Also on a Linux? Interesting. Angel, are you using a Linux and then Firefox on it? I know so much already by that. That's so cool. Okay, so that's all we need to get it up. You'll see, yeah. Let's hit the break. Yes, if you try to load the image page now, you get the connection refused pages because we shut down our container. That's fine. Yeah, you opened it on your iPhone, right? Because I see the iPhone here. Do you have the latest update? You have iOS 13.3. Oh, interesting. Apple WebKit, and you use. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's coming from. You use Safari. And then. So. Let's quit it. Now. 6, whatever. It should not show anymore. Get this, you should see something similar to this output. Yes, you can see that our Docker. Oh, let's just do, for example, test NGINX is working. Run NGINX container. Open. Welcome to NGINX. One, two, three, four. The next thing. Why would you want to remove container? This container. ps minus all docker remove. Let's remove that one. Create a new detached NGINX container with this command. Because what we also want to do is once NGINX is running, we want to specify that we have our configuration files on our server regarding NGINX. So once we run it, we want the configuration files for our server to be used inside the NGINX container, because in the configuration file we will specify all our projects and all our upstreams. -G, that's all new. Then it's running. We don't need them to do that now. I like the style of writing. Who has written that? Sharon Campbell. Good job. How to install what? Current fan and former editor manager at Ocean. Hi. That's so old. Exactly. We don't need that. I want to get right into that one. In this section, we'll put it all together. We'll start our NGINX container so it's accessible on the internet or port. We connect to our website content on the server. Actually, no. This is what I want. Using your own. We don't care about all of that. Using your own NGINX configuration file. Yes, please. This is the last piece. If that works out, if this works, then the website should be accessible by you guys. Oh, and I had some more ideas about the website that I didn't implement yet. Aside from the text that is missing, I think one more text is missing. I want to, and then one more feature is missing, which is all the social proof icons you have seen from YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Medium. I want these icons to be clickable so they point right to my profiles of these networks. And I want to set up a Google Analytics tag and put it onto the website too, to track how it performs. Before we say, okay, we've finished the website, because with that, we have the website online and we can track how it performs. I think that makes sense before we move on to the next project. So, this section is advanced users who want to use their own NGINX config file with their NGINX container. Please skip this step if you don't have a custom config file you want to use. I do. Let's go back. A directory so we aren't writing to our public HTML directory. Whatever. I will have to decide where I want to put my NGINX configs. I can put it going back to my home. So we have SRV. God damn it. We could put our configuration files in here, or because inside .d we want only all projects and nothing that confuses us. I think it would make sense. Okay, let's see. Right now, this one has read write executable for the group Martin Lazek, but SRV does not. It only can be written and read and executed by root, which is weird, I think, because I can actually, oh, I see, I can execute and read. No, I can just execute global. Oh, I'm part of sudo. I wonder if I remove myself from a sudo group, if I should still be able to get in here. I shouldn't. I should be able to get in there, but I shouldn't be able to read anything in there. So, Hanara, hey, welcome to the stream. What are you up to? What are you doing, and what time is it over there? Okay, we can do that afterwards, I think. Let's go back in here and let's see what she does. Removes the container again, creates the container again, and hooks the volume HTML to that, and default conf to default conf. Okay, that's interesting. Tawam, hey, Brazil. Greetings to Brazil from the States, Washington. Let's see, we don't have NGINX here. Lemon. Nope, we don't. And that's fine. We could put our NGINX files in here, but we won't. Make dir nginx config. Cannot create. That makes sense because global just has X. We are right now, I mean, the current directory just has global X. We can only execute, but we cannot not even write or anything. So let's just do sudo user modification. No, change owner. Change owner to Martin Lazek group for SRV. So we as Martin Lazek without sudo, if we look at SRV now, it is at the group and part of the group. Oh yeah, and we changed the owner, right? So the group now has execute and read. Let's see, is there anything additional inside? No, it's just a www. So what we want to do now is we want to give permissions. Let's see how that was. Change mod. We want to say that Martin Lazek can also Exactly. Outcome should be this one. And then change 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, repeat the whole thing. Create. No. Repeat the whole thing for. Actually, why is this one owned by root still? Because we created it with root. What we could have done is we could have just said, hey, from the get-go, from the beginning, we could have said that Martin Nasik as a group has read, write, and execute permission for the directory srv, and from there we could have just created and everything underneath and everything from left to right. It changes a little bit from the guide we have written. Create a directory. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4. First, give Martin Nasik read, write. Which is going to be a new version, hey. But that's local, that's a coincidence that Docker has a new version just when we are working with Docker. All right. That was change mod, sudo change mod srv, like so. And then should be able to just do that, because now we did this, right? We did that already, right? So if we look at it, we should have read, write, execute permission, and inside that directory we see only one directory, www. We should be able to say server and then say NGINX config. Done. That is exactly the same what we do here. We change the permission for us. Oh, one sec. To this, and then we missed one step. Only then. For short. So once we have this, we are saying sudo change owner like so. This is what we've done, right? If you look up the history, we said that once we change the owner, we have the group given for that, and then we say this group should have read, write, execute. Then we are able to do all that stuff, and we shouldn't be, let's see, we shouldn't need sudo back down there. Let's just go here. You see, this one is owned and it has like the belongs to the group Martin Nausik and is owned by Martin Nausik. This one is only the group Martin Nausik. If we say, for example, remove recursively this one, which will also delete our project, but that's not an issue. Remove write protected regular file. Interesting. Let's just skip that and say capital R, because we know what we are doing. What? I thought this would force it. Well, then let's just like say sudo done. Now we only have that. However, since we are allowed to create folders in here, we can create it again. I mean, I could have changed the owner, but I just wanted to go through the steps. So we created again, which is essentially this, and does not require us to give all these permissions. So let's say change on code should be like SRV, this is true. And because we changed the owner, right? And the other outcome for change mode should be this one. So we then have more. Okay, then when we create this is all fine. We're just creating. So if we read through it, we are adding, whoops, myself as a group here. Outcome should be this one, it's fine. Why is it showing 2? This is 4 for some reason. So then we have the group for that, and we say the group has read, write, execute, and global has nothing for that, and then we can create a directory under that one, like so, and that should be it. Okay, we fixed our guide. And can continue, because now I have a folder where, or a directory, where I'm storing my NGINX configs. And the default conf I actually want to specify that in a Docker Compose file for NGINX and just say, for example, you know, I could go here to NGINX conf, probably create a Docker file that will pull the NGINX image and, you know, do stuff to it, such as hook the volume, mount the volume, export the right port and stuff. So essentially, pretty much what we've done here with the ports Docker file, we don't need that, so we can say web build dot let's see, because I don't want to have to run that command myself all over again. I just want to say docker compose up -d done. If you make any changes to your config files, that makes sense. Okay, create NGINX Docker file. Let's do that. Let's see, what do we have here? Creating NGINX plus Docker image? No, I just want a simple Docker image. From stretch slim for Debian. Interesting. Expose 80. Right. But that's Dockerfile. I didn't want the Dockerfile. I wanted NGINX Docker compose. Examples, let's have a look. Is there whatever? This is, but this is when I think when the image is created from the file and then we are running the image, which means example SSL, interesting. Exactly, we are building and copying and then we want the volume. Copy the files from the Docker house, no. He's not using Docker compose. Let's see here. Client, internet, NGINX cache and load balancing, reverse proxy, app service. This is exactly what we will do. Path 8080, 81 to either NGINX or Apache. Okay. Docker compose. With compose we define a multi-container application in a single file. Image, reverse proxy. So what we want to do is just try to say services image and then say NGINX and see what if it works for us. So let's say docker compose like this. Services. Oops. Why am I so deep indented? 1, 2. NGINX. So slow. Did the internet just stop? No. Why? Okay, 1, 2, and 1, 2 again, and then image, and let's say NGINX. Let's see if we can find it, and then say port. Is it? One, 2. Bless you, pretty. And then bind the port 80 to 80. That's exactly what we also do when we run the container. We do nothing else. So let's just close that. If we look up, for example, if we say docker compose like this, we see what we have inside. And if we say that one, we just run the container based on the image NGINX and have port 8080. We want to run the service NGINX based on the image NGINX and port 8080. We could have also said docker NGINX, but I mean, who cares? Let's say docker compose up minus -d. I mean, let's see. Is invalid because unsupported config option for services index. Unsupported config option. Oh, because services says I don't know why. Let's check if that's just a name. Let's call it docker NGINX then, and see if that was the issue. I don't know. No, unsupported config option for services. That's, it could be that it cannot pull the image based on that, because this one, because the docker compose commands are not really similar, but they also behave like docker counterparts. The only difference is that docker compose the entire multi-container architecture, whatever. I would like to say what image we want to pull in here when he was building reverse, say the reverse proxy here somewhere. Docker build t reverse proxy, sending build context to. So that means, what if we need a Docker file in here and say Docker file and just say from NGINX latest, not Docker compose, and here let's say We said image, right? Why did we say image? Is it saying image in here too? Yes, it says image. Let's just say build. Build from the current directory. From here. I hope docker compose up that was the thing that was missing. No, it's invalid because unsupported config option for services docker NGINX. Why? Why so? Oh, build context, let's see. We say docker Oh, is it this one all along? What if this was the only issue? Let's try again with NGINX just for fun. Docker NGINX, image NGINX, port. Oh, but he was not using string either. Oh, ports. Maybe that. Maybe that was the issue. Alright, let's Google that one. This is movies build context. This one has a different name, that's why he has to specify it. Networks, just define the network because it doesn't even make sense, I think, since he's only using one network. Ports, he's using the string. Volumes, this is something we want to define afterwards. But, okay, what is the issue? Your indentation is slightly off. The second is missing the indentation for the build options. 1, 2, 3. The first should be put networks and the rest on the same level than build. What if that really is also the issue here? Why is he having 3 here? We're having only 1, 2. Even only 1? Maybe it doesn't even matter. 2? Thanks, that work as you said. I'm a problem using code, please feel free to write the error code. That's not our issue. Okay, let's try. If ports was our issue. So slow. Internet is super slow. Prep Jot Sing or Prep Yacht Sing, welcome. Hey, what's up? I cannot move. Cursor is not moving. Now we go. There we go. Okay. Let's try again. We can read it up quickly, but unsupported config option for services docker NGINX. Let's name it differently then, again. Let's just name it docker NGINX, like so. So my internet is for some reason super slow, so I don't see the responses that quick. What's happening on the server? Tell me. Was it again invalid? I don't know. We don't see it. In the meantime, what if it worked and it's just running? Could be. I don't see anything. Why is it running? Let's open up another session. And see what's up there. Docker LC? Nope. So then docker compose ps-a. Can't find a suitable documentation file. Docker PSA. Why? So why would this one still respond? NGINX shouldn't. Maybe it's just a caching of the browser. Like so. Docker compose. Whatever, and then cell services, databases, image MySQL. Actually, we just want to say NGINX that, oh look at this, port is on the same level. It's on the same level. Is it on the same level here too? It's not. Hey, no one of you catched it either, right? Even though we have it here on the same level. Maybe that was the issue from the beginning. Let's say again, because I want to get it working without having to specify a Docker file. That would be best. Case scenario. Exactly, like so. But if not, fine. No, god damn it. So something is wrong inside there. Is it called images or image? Image. And then NGINX and then ports. And then I specify, oh, he's having, it says ports. Here it says web image NGINX, just that. Services. Why would this? Let's take a closer look. Now this would work for some reason. Am I missing something? Am I missing the version specification? Does it have to say that? Hey guys, has any one of you ever worked with Docker? let's say version 3, right? Like so. And try now. Is it working? Hey, everyone cross the fingers. Maybe it needs the version to know what kind of structure the configuration file is using or supporting. I don't see anything. Let's take a look. And this one looks all so simple. Can you please give me some response? It's working. Hey, so that was the issue. We needed the version. Docker compose help. Let me see. I want to see list containers. State up, which means this is running and working. Great. And also, we don't need the Docker file, which is great. This is what I wanted. So we can remove that again. We only used, whoops, Docker compose and that. All right. Hey, one step closer, because now we can specify volumes, hook it into the container, and have our configuration files outside, adjust them, and just use Docker compose restart to restart and have them in there. Oh, that's great. I like it. So that's fine. Up here where we want to say install Docker compose, here configure NGINX in a Docker container, get NGINX image. Where is this tutorial from her? We can remove that again. Now delete the container again. Actually, we don't need any of that. All we need is figure NGINX, create NGINX, Docker compose, no more. Because in here we said server this is the server structure, right? Create server directory and permission structure. Go. Whoops. Angel, great. Hey. Right? That was kind of a kind of a challenge to get it up and running. So small adjustments, but have you worked with Docker before? I wonder. So the goal is to have and then NGINX config. Directory, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. Nothing for them. Actually, let's just keep it that way. So here create a directory under, and here we say 3, create a directory NGINX config. No, I haven't. Do you ever plan to, or are you not seeing the need for server? Create a directory NGINX under server. So we got all of that. Now we can go and say here create NGINX compose, exactly. So vim inside server NGINX config execute then inside we can actually say let's see, we're saying inside execute, well actually create a file docker compose inside and add like this. This is way easier. And then we're gonna add all of that. For now, it's not finished yet because it doesn't specify the volumes, but this is already working. So we have that. And delete all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. What was the step? Now we want the Docker Compose default configuration. Exactly, so we want volumes. I've seen volumes somewhere here. And she's putting the volumes into home Docker NGINX default, like so. Which is weird because No, wait a second. This is our Docker NGINX default config. This is inside the container. I just wanted to say it's weird that this one is the other way around, host and container, and this one is container and host, but it's not. Where was it? Okay, we don't need that anymore. Don't need anything here. So is she having any default configs? Did she create default config somewhere? Because I didn't see that. And this is HTML. No, she's not doing that. She's just copying it. Okay, she just expects us to know that you like to take a look at the default config file, just copy it using the docker command. Oh yeah, we can copy it down from docker NGINX sudo docker copy from within our container that file into, and that's where she got it from. Okay. All right. But again, we want volume. We want to specify volumes. So let's do that. And let's see. Who was using volumes? God damn it. I think I closed it. This guy, volumes was on the build context, whatever, ports, so the same as ports 2, 3, 4. Volumes. And it specifies the host, which means we can say this nginx conf and then default.conf, for example, into here. Does it need anything else? No. So bless you. That means we have to create in here a default.conf and have a look at our old configs right here somewhere. Setup run paper. Do we have it somewhere here? There we go. Let's just say we use all of that. Everything that's called something.conf is gonna be read by NGINX if I remember correctly. I want to see do I have somewhere else something again? Just that. Because that's essentially saying 1. Come on. We are, with our Docker Compose file, we say, hey, NGINX is having the port 8001 linked to the internal container port 80. So we are listing it at 80 and the domain name, if it would have been domain name, right? I think the default, I don't know whether we can specify a default like that, right? Let's exit this one, try. No, cannot. Start setup. Let's just see how that works. And then we say we have to proxy pass it to NGINX as we specified it here. Hey Martin, while you are coding a backend server, I'm starting with HTML, CSS alongside iOS development. Did you just start all these three things? Because it sounds like a little bit a lot at once if you just start out. I know that iOS development was kind of overwhelming and a lot already just to be a single thing to learn. But if you learn 2 more things, I hope you don't get frustrated, because you can only learn so much in time. I can always recommend just focus on one thing, but all these fields are relevant. So nothing wrong with that. Let's also say that we want our logs to be here. Call it like that. NGINX. How do you feel about learning HTML, CSS, and iOS development at once? Server NGINX config and then NGINX error, so we can see that too. Oh yeah, dub. Forgot about that. So we have an upstream defined that whenever there is a request onto our server, we are listening at port 80, and then I hope any request will be upstreamed to that port. So let's close that. Let's say docker compose ps to see if we are still running. Yes. Let's say docker compose restart. And if we restart, because before we were able to see welcome NGINX, right? Here. Because it was responding it by itself. Now we're saying something else should respond, and now it shouldn't work anymore. But it still does, right? Why would it? Let's see. Let's go docker. Container, whoops. We are inside the container right now, and I would like to know whether we have etc. What did we specify where to put it? Oh, NGINX, I think, and then conft and then default. What is this? It's the old one. It's not ours. That's why it's serving this. Volumes, why would it not have that? Because that's the default conf, right? This is a etc nginx conf default, and we say server. Whoops, there's something not right about that. It's missing a www. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, I did a mistake in the configuration of the log files. Because we have it right underneath there. Oh, but do I? I'm a little comfortable with iOS after learning it for 6 months and making 3 to 4 side projects. I'm also doing a remote iOS internship. Okay, well then, sure, yeah. And not to forget, I was inspired by you and started iOS, and I like it very much. Happy to hear that. Yes, I remember now. So technically HTML and CSS is new to me. Alright, so you're focusing on one thing right now. Basically like one thing that's completely new instead of multiple things. Sounds good to me. That's pretty cool. Now I wonder why this would not appear inside our container. Why is there a space? Docker Composition services for NGINX. There we go. One sec, what if we say oh, we say conf and it's not. Oh, there we go. What I just found out, look, we have config and it says conf. So, a typo. That's so classic. Let's see if that was the issue in the first place. So, we don't see that one anymore. One sec. PS, it's up and running. Yes, we see it. And now when we say, hey, we want to restart it, we shouldn't be able to see it anymore. I hope this works now. God damn it. It still works. Still works and still has that default in there. Do we have multiple defaults then in here? I wonder. God damn it. We have only default in there. And it's this one. And also, but we could also just say, what we could say instead is, we could say, hey, basically this directory should be linked to that directory, and we don't care about the default.conf, so to say, although we have it here. So let's just try that. We would have our Docker Compose YAML inside there, but so please mount, what the frick? User ID should indent. I wonder if I should not have the /. Let's just omit them. Like so. Restart again. Still. Does this one say anything about mounting volumes? No. NGINX Docker Compose volumes. Share volume NGINX. Here we go. That's the question. If you are using Docker machine on Windows, Docker has limited access to your Windows file system, but your Docker machine tries to also share your C users, whatever is the folder. Must be located somewhere under C users to try and all the other files come from a virtual machine system. No. Actually you could, but no, this is Docker file, we don't want that. This is what we do. That is exactly what we are doing, and I don't know why it's not working. It's etc nginx conf d. And then default conf. Oh, what if we cannot say from root? There we go. I think it always starts from your current. It's like, it slightly rings a bell from very back in the days. So it could be that we have to say it like this. Default conf just conf, sorry. Because we are in the directory. We could have also gone further, but we don't have any further directories where the config is located. So default.conf, like that. Default conf to see whatever, like so. And now let's see. Oh, we actually want to achieve, which is funny. We want to achieve that it doesn't work anymore, because if it works, that just means that it has the default NGINX configuration. We want to have our own, which should break it. So that essentially means we want to have it not working to prove it's working. Okay, let's see if that fixes it for us. Can you respond, please? Respond to me. Oh, come on, please. Enter, enter, enter. Nothing happening. Just patiently waiting. Oh, there we go. What the frick happened? Keyword interrupt. Okay. Failed to execute script docker compose. That's fine. Docker compose. Let's do it again. First of all, let's see. Default. What is this one? Is used in service NGINX, but no declaration was found in the volumes section. Named volume. Okay. Then, what if we have to say this? In the current one, default conf. Stop. PS. Up. Yes, it doesn't work. Guys, it seems like it's not working. Okay, let's see. Let's go into our container. Please don't work. It's not running. NGINX config. NGINX 1. What do you mean it's not running? I see it. Oh, one sec. It's recreating, so it probably has a different name. Oh, it exited. Up-D, stop, restart. Why did it? Docker compose start. should start and stay up unless there's an error. I don't quite remember. I don't like that the server is so slow. It's probably me. I don't like that. Just not do it in detached mode. God damn it. What if my smartphone is actually faster?